This video is brought to you by support from our patrons on Patreon. You can become a patron for as little as $2 a month and support the future of the channel. There you will have exclusive access to never-before-seen footage, a look behind the scenes, and so much more. Hello and welcome aboard. I know I haven't really posted any content in a long time, but little by little, ever so slowly, I'm coming back from the dead. It's been a while since I last done a layout update or a roster update, so I think it's only appropriate that we start with that. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got here. Starting from a year and a half ago, we've got a Rapido Metro F59PH, four Walthers mainline Amtrak Horizons, an Athearn Blue Box Ferrocarril del Pacifico 40-foot boxcar, an Athearn RTR FCP 50-foot boxcar, Thomas the Choo Choo Train, a custom painted Chicago South Shore and South Bend Cupola Caboose, a Walthers Mainline TTX flat car, an Athearn Blue Box HWCX cement hopper, a Walthers Mainline Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico 40-foot boxcar, Amtrak ALC 42 Charger number 301, the Day 1 Heritage Unit from Bachmann, a Scale Trains Ferromex ES44AC, a Walthers Mainline CHS ethanol tanker, a Walthers Mainline ADM ethanol tanker, another CTA bus, an Athegenesis Ferromex Chepe Express GP40-2, Metro F59PHI number 90, the Chicago Northwestern Heritage Unit, four more Walthers Mainline Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico covered hoppers, a Walthers Mainline Ferroviaria Mexicana TFM gondola, the Hogwarts Express from Hornby, an Atlas NDM Cupola Caboose, an Atlas NDM post-war 50-foot boxcar, an Atlas Special Edition Ukrainian Relief boxcar, four Atlas NDM 50-foot ACF boxcars, a pair of Walthers Mainline Kansas City Southern SD70 ACEs, specifically Kansas City Southern de Mexico, the Union Pacific Diversity and Inclusion Unit from Athearn, a Walthers Proto Amtrak Amfleet 1 coach, an Athearn Chicago Shortline SW1500, which I've been after for almost a decade, a CFD water unit from Athearn, and last but not least, a Scale Trains Ferrosword AC4400 CW. So yes, lots of choo-choos. In addition to that, I would also like to showcase the scale model I got of the Sears Tower, which seems to fit perfectly on my layout. So initially this layout started off with nothing but bare naked modules. There was absolutely nothing on them. And then I decided to do a temporary setup which lasted, a few months. And then, that's when work began. I decided to elevate the main line and do a descending branch line. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. And, just make it quite unique, fun, and interesting. Well, here's the layout now, in all its glory. Well, it's dumpy glory, I should say. Please excuse the mess, but yeah, here it is in all its glory. So, let's take a look at things in more detail now. So we'll start in this area here and make our way, south, east, west, I really don't know. But let's start here and make our way around. Shall we? So this curve here is probably my most recent scene I've done. In fact, not probably, it is my most recent scene I've done. And I'm very, very impressed with how it came out. It's not perfect, but overall I'm very happy with the results. So what I did was I elevated the land with some foam and plaster cloth. And then, you know, obviously just did some trees and ground cover and everything. And then another part of the scene that I'm really impressed with is the little gravel grade crossing I did. Check these out. These are Mexican crossbucks. So that's why it reads Cuidado con el tren. And then doing the grades, crossing grades the way I did, it's pretty simple and easy to do. Just took some balsa wood, flat balsa wood, surrounded the rails, and then in between the balsa wood, in the center, put some ballast. Pretty easy. You get a really cool result. And for some of you probably wondering, why? That's because there are actually grade crossings that are just like this out there. You'll find them mostly in like either rural or private railroad crossings. Yeah, so rural areas or private grade crossings, I should say. But even industrial spurs, you'll see a lot of this. But yeah, this I just thought was a cool touch. I just had to do it because I thought it was fun. Yeah, really cool. Now, you're probably noticing a palm tree there. You're probably wondering why if I'm modeling Chicagoland, and why even a Mexican crossbucks. Well, I'm just kind of spicing it up a little bit with, you know, my imagination. And then I also plan to do a scavenger hunt for this layout. So those are going to be some things that you'll need to find in the scavenger hunt. I say no more, because I don't want to give away the scavenger hunt. But those are examples of a couple of things you'll need to find in the scavenger hunt. And then we move onward towards the 95th Street station. Here's 95th Street right here. Yeah, that's better. Don't ask, I'm a little particular about how things must be. But anyway, so we got a nice little variety of Chicago vehicles. We got a CTA bus, a Chicago police car, and a Chicago fire engine. And then my grade crossing signals are finally in operation. I don't have the sensors wired in yet. That's a future project, but so far I am loving these. These are really, really cool. And then let's let the train pass real quick. Anyways, as I was saying, I decided I planted some flowers. Thought that would be a nice little touch. And then you may see that I started putting in street lights. Well, yeah. So these street lights I bought off of eBay for just 10 of them for like less than $9. And every single one I've wired up so far, which hasn't been all of them yet so far, thank God, but the ones that I have wired up so far, they blew out on me immediately. So yeah, I should have known that deal was too good to be true, but it is what it is. And then here's an alley scene I created. Please excuse the trash can that's knocked over. Yeah, we got a few trash cans. We got a that toilet you see in the trash pile. I did that years ago, like in the days of my first layout. I did that, so that's nothing new. That dumpster you see though, I completely scratch built that maybe about a month or two ago. Nah, it was a little longer than that, maybe more like 3 months ago. So yeah, that's another cool scene. And then we come over here. We've got the Home Alone house. And then this is pretty much where the end of things that are intact are. Everything else is just a mess. Got random stuff here, random stuff there. Oh, that billboard, by the way, is a Menards billboard, but I didn't like any of the ads that were in it. They're too cheesy, so I decided to get a little creative and go all in Chicago. Lerner Row, 2222222. You know you're from Chicago if you recognize that phone number. Anyways, moving onward. So this here is going to be, well, it's a future site of a steel mill. And, well, I think I was going to scratch build a steel mill, but I'm still figuring out whether or not I like what I'm doing so far or not. So, I'm not even going to bother to show you because it's just a mess and none of it is even together yet. So, and if you looked at it right now, you'd probably be thinking, what in the world am I doing? But yeah. And then we come over here. It's not complete yet, I know, so bear with me, but months ago I started putting together a grain elevator. In fact, it was almost short of a year ago, like maybe 11 months ago. I just hadn't finished putting it together because it's just such a excruciating pain to assemble. I even bought the add-on silos. Hadn't even taken those out of the box yet because this grain elevator is just an excruciating pain to assemble. But it's going to be worth it when done. And it's not going to be any grain elevator. It is meant to be the Illinois International Port. Yeah, I know it's not exactly prototypical, but close enough. Close enough. And then here's a project that I started and, well, so far never completed. This is a cosmetic vertical lift railroad bridge. When it's structurally complete, I'm going to paint it. I don't know if I'm going to paint it a rusty brown or black or gray or what. I hadn't decided yet. Probably going to be a rusty brown. And then here's a mess of what is supposed to be the Calumet River, which I need to fix one day. So what I actually did was I painted the base a watercolor, and then I came in with shellac and dumped a whole bunch of shellac in there. And yeah, it didn't go so well. It ended up dripping all over the floor. So yeah, maybe I might invest in some Woodland Scenics water. Yeah, but that's a project for the future. Over here, my viaduct here. Please excuse the paints that are in the way. In fact, let me get these out of the way. I got around to painting the retaining walls. I hadn't put in the retaining walls on the other side yet, so yeah, that's something I still need to do, but yeah. And then there's going to be some streets under those openings. It's going to be, should be pretty cool when done. Now let's move towards the back. Now the back there is basically, I'm using it as yard space for everything right now, but eventually that's going to be a coach yard. And then that's going to be Union Station right there, and then downtown. as you can see, I already got a couple structures. I got Union Station and I got the Sears Tower, which that Sears Tower, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I actually got that off eBay. It was custom 3D printed. It cost me only $85. And I say only because, you know, anything custom 3D printed like that is going to cost you typically a heck of a lot more than $85. But I was lucky enough to find this one. Very quality done job. Very good quality done job. And yeah, good price. Very good price for it. And it's really nice. Really nice. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. I just want to thank you for climbing aboard on this small scale adventure. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't yet, go go support me on Patreon and help support the future of the channel. Anyways, that's it for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, be kind to others. Gracias por ver.